You are listening to High On Sci-fi with your host, Kyle Borrego.
You know, talking about movies that don't get a lot of respect, Superman, like we were talking about earlier, like I was actually pleasantly surprised, like how well done Superman was. You know, it was made
Dude,
pretty well.
yeah, I like that movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but
Yeah.
I think it was pretty underrated. Because there's always like some sort of controversy at everything these days. There's always some bullshit that's around it. And the thing for Man of Steel was the whole him snapping Zod's neck thing.
Well, I mean,
Like Superman doesn't kill, and it was a big controversy with that at the time.
well, it's kind of like fucking Batman, dude, and Zack Snyder's Batman. Dude, Batman killed a shit ton of people in that movie.
Yeah, he straight up murders people,
Oh
just
yeah.
like with the guns and the Batmobile, like
Yeah, dude,
like
cars. He's fucking flings cars onto people, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
but the idea that Batman doesn't kill anybody either is fucking. It's kind of preposterous if you think about it. Like, like he cannot not kill everybody. Did I say that right?
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I mean he kills people, man. He's Batman.
Well,
Get over it.
yeah, it's like you put everything under a microscope. It's totally, you'll find flaws in everything. Just
Yeah,
any Batman, even though Christopher Nolan ones where the whole a thing about him is he doesn't want to kill. Well, yeah, but he's gonna give paralyzed people and
yeah,
give them fucking back problems for the rest of their life, or make them eat out of a straw for the next 3 years as their jaw you know heals up. It's like, yeah, but I didn't kill you.
yeah. Come on,
You should
man.
be thanking me.
I'd rather see Batman kill people. You know, I want him to kill people. Come on, why not? Why not, man? You know, I don't
And
know.
then, but also in Superman 2 with he kills Christopher Reeve Superman kills people in that too. The three Zod people, like one of them goes down like that what seemingly bottomless pit in the Fortress of Solitude, and
Oh
he's
yeah,
he, you
that's
know
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah,
the
it's
idea that Batman doesn't kill anybody is preposterous. I mean, same with Superman too. I mean, in the big fight with Superman and fuck, what's his name? The
Zod.
bad Zod. Yeah, Superman and Zod when they're duking it out, dude, they've destroyed all of Metropolis. Like the collateral damage that they've caused was fucking insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even Gina
it was
was
such a
like,
great fight though.
"Oh
So
yeah,
badass.
it was a great fight scene," but like Gina was like, "There's a whole ocean like right over there that they can go do this in. Why does it have to be in the city?" You know?
Yeah, because it looks cool. That's why.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But like,
That's half of the reasons in all action movies is because it looks cool and just like destruction. It's like that's the whole point.
well, if people are getting upset about how fucking Superman kills Zod when he doesn't kill anybody, it's fucking stupid because he just killed thousands of people, you know, in Metropolis in that fight.
Yeah,
Like
and
whole
and
buildings are falling down.
Zod wasn't gonna stop either. Like he lost his will to live. He lost his purpose. His whole purpose was to like try to bring back, Krypton and all that stuff.
Right.
And once he was gone, like he was just hell bent on stopping. He even said it like as he was getting his neck was being held in that moment. He's like, I'll never stop, or whatever. Dude, I love that movie's so good. Michael Shannon is he plays that role so well. Like I loved his version of Zod. Like he was just relentless, and like he was able, he learned how to, because some people think, oh, well, he learned how to fly too quickly, or like he adapted too much. Well, yeah, because he's like a military, genius. Like he's way more skilled than Kal-El is.
Yeah,
Even though Kal-El's had 30 years on him, but
yeah, he's a warrior. You know,
yeah.
like
So
he was the
yeah,
military leader for Krypton.
yeah, he was able to, he's disciplined and focused. Like what he got caught off guard when, his hearing went all whack, from and Superman's like, yeah, take it in. That's and then that moment where he kind of like shuts his eyes and kind of focuses in, and that's supposed to convey to the audience that he's like really good at
Right.
able to like adapt really well, and he was learning quickly, you know.
So with Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out, there's going to be 2 hours more of material. Are they still going to go on the, are they still going to go based off the same story? Like follow
I
that
think
timeline? Or is it just going to
it's
be completely different?
I think it's gonna pretend like the other Justice League didn't exist, obviously, but it's pretty much gonna be an exact extension or the next chapter of after Batman v Superman, essentially. That's how I'm looking at it.
Okay, so
Unless there's something I don't know, but yeah.
do you think that um there won't be another Justice League with the same characters, correct? Maybe Wonder Woman and Aquaman, but not with Superman or Batman.
Sorry, hold on. Hopefully I get it all out. Sorry, what was the question?
So the question is do you think that they'll make another Justice League movie with the same like Wonder Woman and Aquaman, or do you think that they're just going to completely wipe the slate clean and go start from scratch? Because I mean, Zack Snyder already confirmed that this is it. There won't be, or at least he's not going to be making any more movies. Sorry, I'm like adjusting my shit, but he already confirmed that he's not making any more DC movies. So what I want to know is like, are they going to go on with Ben Affleck as Batman still, or are they going to try to create this new universe with Robert Pattinson, or what?
Who knows, man? Like the DC, they're so it's you don't know what's going on. It's possible that they may have two Batmans at the same time, and it's just the audiences will have to just understand that they're two different universes, two different kind of storylines. I mean, this Zack Snyder's Justice League it's definitely a one-off. It's kind of a very special occasion where they got you know HBO Max and Warner Brothers put up the money for him to finish the Snyder cut, to finish all the special effects and music and color composition and all the stuff that comes with post production. And it's kind of just a one off, like unless it's like super successful and it really like enriches the audience. But then again, like that. But then the other Aquaman movie that happened, Shazam and Wonder Woman 2, like it's kind of muddied the continuity in a way that yeah, I don't know if they're gonna ever. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like there is an Aquaman 2 planned, and there is a Wonder Woman 3 planned.
Well, it better
And
be.
but now oh
Sorry.
sorry, and then but now there's talk of a new Superman coming out, like a reboot that J.J. Abrams is like involved with producing. And there's
Hmm.
rumors that it might be a new Superman. It might be Michael B. Jordan as Superman, but it just in general it's supposed to be a reboot of some kind.
Oh,
So, which is whack because Henry Cavill has not had his like justice. He's not had his moment to really shine because Man of Steel came out and it was great, but it was really like underwhelming for the audience and stuff. And then Batman v Superman, he was hardly even
wait,
in
wait, wait,
it.
wait, wait. What do you mean by underwhelming? Like it wasn't action packed enough?
No, like it wasn't received. I guess I shouldn't have said underwhelming, but like it generally was kind of a mixed reaction from people. Like a lot, like strange. Like and then it was years later when Batman v Superman came out, and he's kind of hardly even in it in a strange way. Like he just, and then he dies in that movie, and then Justice League comes out and their whole mustache gate, and it's a whole nother thing. And
I actually
but
I rewatched Batman versus Superman and I didn't like it still. I'm sorry. I just did it.
yeah,
It just seemed like
it,
I don't know.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it. And I haven't gotten around to watching it in the last week. I was gonna try to, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And yeah, I don't. I remember not really enjoying it. I just remember being like it's like a hot like a a whole bunch of scenes that are put together, but it doesn't like it's obviously beautifully shot. Like it looks great, but
See,
it's too dense, and there's some things that don't make sense. It's been so long since I've seen it though. It's hard to kind of
no, you're right. I kind of
comment
wish
on it.
Batman would have gotten his own like movie. Instead of just trying to throw in Batman versus Superman, Batman should have had his own movie.
Yeah, they tried to catch up to Justice League, or I mean to Marvel, like too quickly.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah. Well, there's
like
this competition for sure.
like Batman v Superman should have been like the ultimate superhero movie, and it was just kind of a letdown.
Right.
Like that movie should have made $2 billion, and it not the movie that was presented to us, but just the idea of Batman v Superman. It was such a golden goose of an idea, and it was just kind of botched.
Well,
You
I
know,
think they just rushed it. I don't think they gave it. What they need to do is they need to give these characters more backstory instead of just rushing into like, here you go. Here's a Batman versus Superman. Like, Superman got his own little backstory. Well, what about Batman? And then Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman should have came out before Batman versus Superman.
it was a bold choice to kind of build this character around like, yeah, Batman kind of already in the world, and like I like the idea of him reacting to like that other perspective of the Zod fight. Like I kind of like that general approach, and it was bold having like a seasoned Batman. We're already kind of jumping into it, which yeah, it didn't work for a lot of people.
No.
I liked Ben Affleck's Batman a lot. It's just I can't not see Ben Affleck. I thought he played a good Bruce Wayne too. Like, but I still see Ben Affleck.
Yeah, you know what? The more and more I observed Ben Affleck's Batman, the more and more I started coming around. I'll be honest, because for a little while there, I was a little indifferent with Ben Affleck's Batman, but he does play the part pretty well. Like, but it just wasn't written well enough for him in Batman vs Superman. Like, Batman should have got his own movie. He should have got his own fucking movie, dude. That's all there is to it. Like Batman, not fucking versus Superman. Like, why throw him in with this fucking god all right away? Like, give him a little backstory, give him a little something, something. Give him his own movie.
But there's also the talk of like, if we were to do another Batman movie, now that it would be a rebooted one, do we have to go see his parents die again for the fucking 20th time? Like, we get it. The marble, the pearl necklace coming off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
no. I get it too, but they could skip that part for sure. They don't. Everybody knows what happens to his parents, but they could like it. It doesn't have to like him being Batman. Being this person going into Batman. It could just be him being Batman for, he's been Batman for like 5-10 years. He's already been Batman for a while. We already know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree that they could have had a story where he could have been like a grizzled veteran, and then let's say like at the end of the movie, the Superman thing happens, and the whole like him being in Metropolis for a business meeting or whatever it was, and
Exactly.
and then that would set up Batman v Superman. That would have been the ultimate hook to keep people like, oh shit, the next movie is Batman v Superman. Like that would
Yeah.
have been awesome.
Yeah, and they
That
could
would have
have
been so
developed it
cool.
way better because I felt like they would have had more time. They didn't need to keep up with Marvel. You know
I know they felt like they had to because they were just losing momentum. You know.
what Marvel needs to do is they need to stick with the dark rated R shit. You know what I mean? Like the Joker or Birds of Prey. And I'm assuming that's how Robert Pattinson's Batman's going to be. I want that shit to be rated R. I want there to be some adult humor in there. I want cussing, I want blood, and I want gore in DC movies. Because Marvel's got the whole family thing behind them. But Joker was such a well done movie. Like, it was written so well. Like, and Joaquin Phoenix fucking nails it. And it's a fucking dark, scary movie. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Mind fuck. And that's how I'm, guessing the new Batman's going to be with Robert Pattinson. It's going to be a mind fuck. They just need to stick to that formula because that's what works best for DC.
they haven't had a consistent vision, and they've had misfires along the way. Like the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds, like that movie was not received well, and that movie was supposed to kind of also start the beginning of like a universe and stuff, but it wasn't received well. And then Man of Steel kind of it was, but yeah, it's just they haven't had one vision. They haven't had a Kevin Feige calling all the shots.
Well,
You
that's
know?
going back to my original statement where they need to just
Yeah.
stick to doing the dark shit, because Green Lantern was too, it was too, you know, they tried making it too funny. It's fucking Ryan Reynolds playing Green Lantern. He's meant to play Deadpool. He's perfect at Deadpool, but he's not a Green Lantern. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they went pretty dark with Batman v Superman, but it still just wasn't a very good story.
Yeah, they did go dark with it, but not like DC dark like Joker or Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey was fucked up. It was funny too. They did a good job making it funny and fucked up at the same time. Did you watch Birds of Prey yet?
Yeah, I didn't really care for it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't really find it to be that dark or anything. I just thought it was kind of just
Yeah, but
eccentric.
it was fucked up. Like just like some of the parts in it where he's hanging the death. What's his name? The guy who wears the black mask. Black
That
mask.
is his name. Yeah, that's his name.
Fuck. See,
Yeah.
I'm horrible with DC characters' names, but yeah, Black Mask is cutting off these families' faces, and he gets down to the daughter, and he's like, I'm not gonna cut off your face, but she's like drooling and making snot, and he's like, ew, never mind, cut her face off. That's gross. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I don't really see that as being dark. Like, because what does dark actually mean? Like, what
Well, I mean,
theme, or is it just the imagery and gore?
I guess Birds of Prey isn't a good example of it being dark, but it is fucked up and funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at my point, like with you, when you think of Marvel movies, they have a consistent tone across all their movies. Like there's a certain feel and a look and a tone that's consistent for the most part. And with DC, it's all over the place because then you have Batman v Superman. It's like it's kind of dark and like brooding and all this stuff. And then you have Shazam, which is like wacky and kind of funny and like light in tone. And Wonder Woman, it's not consistent.
No, you're right. Yeah, they definitely need to find that tone. And I think that tone is dark, rated R shit. You know what I mean?
I would love for them to do that. Like, have you watched any of the animated DC movies on HBO Max?
No.
Dude, that's where it's at, man. Like the DC animated universe or whatever is killer. And the Marvel animated universe sucks as far as the movies, as far as like the one-off movies goes. They're not very good. But the DC ones are badass. Like you got to check out The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2. Dude, and it's rated R. It's like a real rated R. Like it's messed
And it's a
up.
cartoon?
Yeah, it's animated, but it's
Okay.
rated R. And Dark Knight Returns was like what Batman v Superman was kind of based off of, sort of. Not based, but just very much inspired by especially the look, oh yeah, and like there's a Batman Superman fight in the Dark Knight Returns that's way better than the one in the movie. And it's so good. It's so badass. And like the Joker's in it. And it's all about like a Batman coming back after like 10, 15, 20 years or something. And but then yeah, there's some the Superman ones are really good. There's one called Red Sun that's about it sets in an alternate universe where instead of Superman instead of his spaceship landing in Kansas, it lands in Soviet Russia and he gets raised by communists.
That's badass. Yeah, I'll have to check
Yeah.
that out.
And they're both, I think that one's rated R too, and it's like, dude, it's crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. DC just needs to stick to making rated R movies. Fuck the
But the problem
family friendly films. But I know
They-
that draws more money in.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, but
You can't get those kids. Got to get those kids. They're the biggest demographic.
yeah, but they're not going to see DC movies. Nobody's going to see DC movies when they're PG-13.
What do you mean?
Okay, look at fucking Batman versus Superman. Look at Justice League. Didn't make a lot of money.
what did Batman v Superman make? It still made a lot of money. It just
Okay,
should have made a lot more money.
Batman versus Superman made 872 million in the box office.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Okay, but what was the budget? The budget was between 250 and 300 million. So it only made 500 million dollars.
Yeah,
And that's like one
only
of the
$500 million.
Okay, but listen, but that's like one of the biggest fights that's supposed to happen in a comic book, right?
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. It still wasn't. It should have been $1 billion movie, and it wasn't. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But they're still made money.
Right.
You know.
And then that goes with Justice League too. Justice League, that's supposed to be the ultimate showdown. That's supposed to be, the Avengers
Yeah.
Endgame.
Yeah, that's where they messed up.
And that movie made less than Batman versus Superman. Justice
Yeah.
League only made $659 million in the box office.
Yeah. Well, there's so much. There was so much going on with Justice League, with Zack Snyder leaving and having Joss Whedon brought in to reshoot like 80% of the movie.
Right.
And they wanted it to be more like Marvel, having that like having a lighter tone and stuff.
Mhm.
But it's also because even though Batman v Superman did make a lot of money, it should have made a lot more. And that's why I think the investors were unhappy.
Right. And their budget was $300 million. Okay.
Yeah, because Justice League, because of the reshoots. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Avengers Endgame, I mean, their budget was like 356. It was $356 million. So only
Yeah.
$56 million more for way less cast. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't have to pay nearly as many people as they had to do in like Avengers Endgame, right? So you
You
would,
said Justice League, they didn't have to pay as many people.
yeah, as far as actors go.
Yeah.
Like fucking Avengers had like a fucking all-star cast with all the fucking people they had in it.
Yeah.
And fucking Justice League had almost just as much money with only like a few of the cast, that Avengers had. You know what I mean? So it just doesn't add up. I don't know. I try to figure it out, but I can't.
Dude, budgeting is so weird in those movies. Like, dude, just to get like a Jimi Hendrix song, it'll cost like fucking millions of dollars and shit. All those songs that you hear, all the classics, those cost millions of dollars in licensing fees and
Oh yeah.
like contracts and it's a mess, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. alone made $20 million in Endgame. You know what I mean? Like,
That's probably just on the front end too. He probably made
Mhm.
like X amount in like sales, or something
Yeah.
like his bonuses. Yeah, it's
that was
crazy.
his upfront salary was $20 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking money, dude. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Just doing the math, Justice League only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if you count fucking the bad guy's name. What's his name?
Oh, Steppenwolf,
Steppenwolf. Yeah.
who was voice acted by somebody because he was all
Yeah.
CGI.
Here, let's see.
Yeah,
here.
it was just a mess. Yeah, it was a mess, and this new Zack Snyder cut. It's exciting for the very reason that he gets to complete his vision.
Oh, it's Ciaran Hinds, I believe is how you say his name. Ciaran Haynes. That's his name. Ciaran Haynes. Yeah. I think that's how you say his name. But I've seen him in some shit too. But, regardless of that, like, I'm sure he didn't get paid as much, and to do that as, like, fucking Ben Affleck had to get paid, But Ben Affleck he didn't make no fucking $20 million off that fucking movie. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. There's just a lot of shit that goes into it, I guess, that I'm not aware of. But it just seems like with $300 million as your budget to create one of the greatest fucking superhero movies of all time is botched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was just dead on arrival because like Justice League was already filming by the time Batman v Superman came out. Like I think they were already they thought they had a winner on their hands, and and Ben Affleck was gearing up to write and direct the Batman movie, And this was when Ben Affleck was coming off the heels of winning like Oscars for like I think like Gone Girl and what like Argo and there's like another one in there somewhere. So he was like gaining some momentum as being like a really good director. And so he and he's like, all right, so now we got this like Academy Award winning director, Ben Affleck, who's gonna write and direct Batman that's in this universe. And like it was gonna be full steam ahead. And then Batman v Superman came out and it was like not very well received and like do you remember the famous like sad Ben Affleck face from like the interview.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I saw
like
that.
yeah, Henry Cavill and him were doing an interview, and like they got I think they like got the news that it wasn't getting critically well received, and then and Henry Cavill's just kind of like he's kind of doing his press junket thing where he's trying to talk about it, and then Ben Affleck's just quiet, just sitting there like you can just tell is like my life is ruined.
Yeah, just like J Lo
So
ruined
it
his
just
life.
yeah, but just like it just totally derailed from there, and then like and then then the horrible tragedy that happened to Zack Snyder's family, then it had caused him to move away from the project and he couldn't quite, I guess, finish it. But then I
What
guess that's
happened?
maybe
What happened to Zack Snyder?
a family member. I think it might have been one of his son or daughter like passed away or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like something really bad. Like it's yeah, something you never wish on anybody. Something like that. Maybe it was some family member.
Was that like a
And
murder or something?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I want to say it was something like medical, or like something medically related, like in an accident or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, check it out.
Here, let's see.
But yeah, I think at some point after that, I can't remember what led to the decision of the studio like bringing in Joss Whedon, if it was for that reason or not, or something else, or a combination of a couple things.
Okay, so Zack Snyder chose to focus on healing of his family instead of going to battle for Justice League. The director shared sad news in 2017 when he announced he was stepping away in the middle of filming after the death of his 20-year-old daughter Autumn, who had died by suicide.
Bro,
Yeah, dude. I mean, I could see why he would leave.
dude,
You're
that's the worst.
you're not in the right mindset to fucking make a movie when your daughter commits suicide. That's
Yeah.
rough. That is shitty. Yeah, I get it. I get why he walked away. But I guarantee you there's people out there like, oh, come on, man. Come on. Can't make a movie? Fucking pricks. I
Wait,
guarantee you
well,
there's
there's
people out there.
well then there were also people like fuck Zack Snyder, dude. Batman v Superman sucked. This is probably the best. This is a good thing, and we're bringing in the guy who made the Avengers. It's gonna make it better.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
People
like
are such assholes, dude. I, it,
I did true.
I hate thinking that people would say that, but they do. They do.
It's the very small minority that do, and they just feel so compelled to leave that in the comments. Most
Right.
people are like, "Oh, all right, well, that's terrible. We'll see what happens. Hope for the best." But
Right.
no one cares about those comments. They want to see the ones that spark a little bit more than others.
Right. Here, come up closer to your microphone a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, or here. Gotta go like this. Lean
Yeah.
back.
Bring it closer to you.
There we go.
Yeah, you're sounding a little far away. But what are your expectations for the director's cut? Like, what are you hoping to see? I know we're gonna get some better CGI.
Man, I'm not.
Steppenwolf looks badass.
I haven't thought about this movie in so long, and just kind of like the fact that it's here is. I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm expecting to see some unfinished CGI shots. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
They just weren't quite. They could have been put in the oven a little bit longer. And you know what? That's okay. I mean, I'm just excited. I'm kind of just excited to see what he wanted to do with this story, with this arc, with Darkseid and stuff. Even though I kind of fundamentally like disagree with how they went about the whole story anyway. Like the whole, like we were saying, shouldn't have started with Batman v Superman. Should have started with a Batman movie and a Wonder Woman movie, and then maybe a Batman v Superman movie. And then also like bringing Doomsday in right away in Batman v Superman. I thought was the stupidest decision.
Yeah, that's like
Like,
one of the greatest fights in DC comic book history. I know that.
yeah,
Doomsday versus Superman.
Yeah, and then like right when they put that in the trailer, I was like, "Oh, you fucked up." And now it's like,
Hmm.
okay, now Superman's gonna die. We all knew it, or at
Yeah.
least most the people that know about the Doomsday storyline knows it. So I was like, dude, like this is stupid. So, and then even with the Dark Side thing, because they tease Dark Side in Batman v Superman, with Batman's like crazy dream and stuff. I was like, dude, this is too soon for all this. Like, why are you?
Yeah.
That should be like the eighth film in, or something like that. So I fundamentally don't like that is the thing, but Silver Line, like I'm still I want to see what he's set out, and I think we're getting a drastically different movie. It's like it's supposed to be because I think Joss Whedon came and redid virtually everything. Like he got rid of Darkseid completely, like and Steppenwolf is the main villain. So that we're to see Darkseid is really exciting. Even though I wish he was never there in the first place. But this is kind of a weird pocket universe. It's never going to happen. So it's kind of it's a weird little universe we're in.
Right. No, I agree that they should have made a Superman movie. Uh, well, they did make a Superman movie before everything, but they should have made a Batman before everything. They should have made the Wonder Woman before, Batman versus Superman. I don't even think they should have did a Batman versus Superman right off the bat.
No,
Like
not
that.
at all.
That should have been like later on. That's like
That's
Avenger.
the Avengers a level event kind of movie.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
it's something kind of like a Captain America Civil War. In
kind
a
of, yeah.
way. You know,
It's an event film. It's an
yeah.
event film.
Yeah, that doesn't that's not supposed to come out till later. But give
Yeah.
everybody at least one or two movies. Give them one where they all come together and fight, side by side against somebody other than, fucking Steppenwolf,
Yeah.
Start off
Like I, li-
small and get to
I
the
like
big thing.
Yeah, I like the idea of Batman like discovering Superman exists, and I like his kind of take that, he's like this guy is a threat. I like that whole thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was done wrong. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Pee, got a pee pee.
That's cool. Do your thing. How was your pee-pee, Brad?
It was delicious.
Oh, wow. You drank a piss? Every time I look at my bidet, I think of you. I know that sounds weird, but every time I think of Brad, or every time I look at my bidet, I think of Brad convincing
Just
me.
just of how awesome it is, and how right I how yeah how much better it is than just toilet paper.
Yeah, it's definitely a game changer for sure.
I was telling people the other day at work, and dude, you know they couldn't handle it. Like, 'cause we were talking about the whole TP thing during the beginning of Corona, and I was like, I'm laughing. And they were talking about how their struggle to find toilet paper and stuff, and I was like, that's funny. I was just laughing at everybody because like I have a bidet, and I have did my whole story, and they're just like they find it as like it's gross and. Like, oh god, it's gross, and they like I think they like have a bit of homophobia, like they're something touching their butthole or something like like that.
No, it's a delightful feeling, dude.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro. Hey, I was like telling him, I was like, dude, my butthole is cleaner than yours right now. I
Yeah.
will tell you that. And
Yeah,
you guys are walking around with dirty buttholes right now.
yeah, you can
And
eat
you're trying
eggs
to
off
make
my
fun of
asshole.
me. Yeah, you're trying to make fun of. I was gonna say this one joke. My friend's very sensitive. Like he doesn't like it when people joke about, say any jokes about his wife, or whatever. But I was gonna be like my butthole's so clean, your wife could eat off of it. But I didn't. I didn't say it. I wanted to, but he's very sensitive and he could kick my ass. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna.
That's funny.
Oh, I wanted to say it so bad because he teed me up for it, but I just didn't. But he's like, I think he just can't get over it that something like that's happened. Like, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's more hygienic, and they couldn't handle it.
No, yeah, yeah, man. People have weird thoughts about the bidet, but I mean, everywhere else uses them. I mean, a lot. I'd say most of Europe uses bidets. Japan uses bidets like crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
South Korea uses bidets like crazy. It's bidet madness over there.
dude, we're just killing trees over here in America with our toilet paper nonsense.
Yeah, Jesus, get a grip, people. There's
Like,
lots of
Sid, there's
water.
probably fucking Charmin is just tearing it up in the fucking South America. They got their own bulldozers with their happy little bear logo, just chopping over trees.
Those assholes. What a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
Um, You know what else I just thought about too is like in Justice League, Aquaman wasn't really Aquaman yet. Like he wasn't like King of Atlantis yet.
No.
It would have been way better if he came in as King of Atlantis, coming in with his fucking
I mean, who knows? Maybe.
coming. You're telling me that he coming in with his yellow and green suit, holding the King's Trident. That would have been way more badass than how he came in, because it would have led up into that.
That would have been a cool moment, but I really like the Aquaman movie a lot, and I like his like earning his position, and I
Yeah.
like the story behind it.
I mean, I liked it too, but do you see what I'm saying though? Like going into like Avengers Endgame, okay, they all evolved into like look at Tony Stark's first suit compared to like his last suit, okay? It's completely different and way more badass. Look at Captain America's first suit into his last suit. A lot of differences there. And even Thor, like Thor had like the same suit, but he was like a Norse, more Viking looking. You know what I mean? Like they just they changed their looks into the what the end result was. And it made it just that much better. You saw them evolve into it. Just like you would want to see Aquaman evolve into Aquaman, like the King of Atlantis.
Yeah, but that's why I wouldn't want to see him already in King Aquaman form in Justice League, because I wanted to see that happen. I feel like because if you wanted to see Batman, we should have a Batman story before Batman v Superman, and hence Justice League. Shouldn't we also say the same thing for Aquaman?
Okay, but when you're watching Justice League and he goes down to Atlantis to go look at the Mother Cube, it's like the girl already knew him in Justice League. I can't remember what her name was. It was that redheaded chick. No, it wasn't his sister.
Yeah, the one played by
It's not his
Johnny
sister.
Depp's ex-wife.
It's not his sister. That's a different dude's daughter. They fall in love in Aquaman.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I
'cause
think you're right.
Aquaman only has a brother, his younger brother.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
she's the daughter of like another king,
Yeah.
like another king or something. That's right.
Yeah, from a different kingdom, like a different
That's what it
kingdom
is.
of Atlantis.
Yeah.
But Aquaman's king of all of the kingdoms in Atlantis, excuse me. So like, he just goes down there and it's like, hey, what's up with this Mother Cube? Like he's not even allowed to be down there. And then you get Aquaman, and he's not allowed to be in there, but in Justice League, oh yeah, you're here, man. Take care of this Mother Cube for me. Where's the other fucking dude watching that shit? You know what I mean?
It's I imagine it's got to be so hard for the people to have to do the world building and think all of this stuff out, because we see it with the gift of hindsight, where it's like, yeah, where's that other guy? And it's hard because they didn't even know what Atlantis was going to look like yet when they made Justice League,
Right.
which,
But
I bet it's hard. So they just had to keep it to like just swirling water
Right, but
around the Mother Cube.
But they were all cool with him being there in Justice League, pretty much. They didn't kick him out. And he was like, in Justice League, he's like, I'm going to need a little help. And he gets a suit of armor and a trident, and then goes and fights, Steppenwolf. But in Aquaman, he had to like fight for all that shit because he wasn't welcome there. He had to sneak into Atlantis.
Yeah, it's kind of just very convenient storytelling, writing, just so
Yeah.
he can get some armor and stuff. But like, yeah, it doesn't make sense if he was like not allowed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they all needed their own back movie to create Justice League. If they wanted to do it like fucking Marvel, which they were trying to do, they would have started slow and ended it with Justice League. It would have been way better.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. At first, I thought you were saying you wanted Aquaman to already be in King form in Justice League the way it already was. But yeah, the way we're saying, yeah, everyone has their individual movies, and then he would have made a great entrance. That would have been badass.
As Aquaman with the King's Trident in Justice League.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And he would have been able to control water, like out of like he didn't even control water in Justice League. God damn it! I'm thinking of all these things now. just bugged me
It's
about it.
that the movie overall is just because of the reshoots and stuff. Like it just feels so small compared to Avengers. It's like it doesn't feel like it's a very big grand movie,
No.
you know? Like not at all. And like the final fight is in a power plant. Like what the fuck? Like who gives a shit?
Yeah. They're like, oh well, we already fucked up Metropolis enough. Let's write it in the power plant where no one's at.
Yeah. Or I guess there was like that city that was around them or whatever. But
Well, they were trying to like rebuild a city, but like the nuclear power plant that was in Justice League went, I can't remember what the term is. What is it when nuclear power plants explode, or what's it called?
I don't know.
Breach
It's like
or nuclear breach or something.
yeah, I guess, or the plant's been breached and it's like, you know, radiating,
Meltdown,
just meltdown. Yeah,
I
yeah, that's
guess.
the word.
I don't know, but
Something
yeah,
like that.
it had been abandoned for 30 years, and they were trying to recolonize it around it at least. But yeah, I get what you're
So
saying.
dumb. Like, yeah, just it just doesn't feel big and grand at all.
No,
And just everything about it is just underwhelming. You know, I mean, I guess it's been a while, so I maybe watch it again, like, because, but like I like Wonder Woman. I like Jason Momoa was cool, and the guy who plays Cyborg is cool, I guess. Like, I like the Flash enough, but it's just yeah, you can just tell that it's just a movie kind of just chopped up, and they're just going from scene to scene.
no, I agree. My favorite part of that movie was the very end when the Flash and Superman had the race. When they
Yeah, that was
started the
cool.
race.
Well, yeah, Superman come back was I thought it was great how they at least how they did. He kind of it felt like a real like if that felt like Superman coming back. It's just coming back in a movie that's already kind of failed. He's just like just end it already. Just cross the finish line.
Yeah, you've already come this far. Might as
Yeah,
well finish it.
you know.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping, you know, tomorrow when we watch the Snyder Cut, that'll definitely do it justice. You know what I mean? Like it'll do all those characters justice. If they do follow the same storyline, that's fine. But they gotta add in a lot of filler for me to believe that it could happen in a fucking power plant.
Yeah, I bet I'll go out and say I wonder if the power plant's even gonna be there. Like they may, who knows? Yeah, I hope not because that's just a lame locate choice of a location, or at least it's got to look cooler or something. I don't know,
Right.
but I don't know because I remember there was a trailer that came out beforehand that showed like like a couple of the same scenes, and then the Joss Whedon version came out and they redid the color. Uh, of the scenes and stuff. I don't know. I guess maybe it is in there. But man, 4 hours. Like it's going to be a totally different movie. Like Darkseid, the character that was completely scrapped, is obviously in it, and Steppenwolf is probably more of like like a first captain kind of role as opposed to like the main
Well, it
bad guy
shows
and stuff.
Steppenwolf bowing to Darkseid, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. So and yeah, that'll be cool. I bet it's going to be totally different.
So he's
It's
kind
going
of
to be
like a
radically
Ronin
different
to Thanos in a
in a
way.
way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited for it. I still have high hopes for DC. I just keep getting let down, but I still hang in there. I'm not the biggest DC fan, and I don't know a whole lot about DC, but I do know enough that some of the shit they wrote in there didn't make any fucking sense to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully
It's just it's just whoever's in charge, whoever like you want to just like go and slap the people that are in charge of the stories, like when they're first cracking these stories. It's like, what are you thinking?
yeah,
The fuck is wrong with you?
yeah, yeah. This is like Star Wars, but that's a whole nother Madilla right there.
Yeah, but it's just like it baffles me why they thought Batman v Superman. I'll admit, even when it was announced, I was super hyped. I was like, oh shit, here we go. But but the whole time I have reservations, like they better not fuck this up. You know.
Right. Yeah, no, it'll be a fun one. I'm excited for it to come out tomorrow. That's me and Gina's plan for sure. And we'll talk
Yeah,
about it on Friday.
yeah, I'll have to watch it on Friday.
Yeah. Or the new one, the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, because I'll be working tomorrow. I guess I could watch it tomorrow morning, or I could watch part of it since it's 4 hours long.
Do tell you what, just watch the regular Justice League tomorrow, and then watch the Snyder cut after
Yeah,
that.
I could probably watch yeah, while I'm at work. I could probably watch the regular one.
Yeah, it's 2 hours long.
Yeah.
So, which is crazy because Batman vs Superman was 3 hours.
Yeah.
They gave that more time than fucking Justice League. That's another thing. God dang it.
Well, yeah. They probably because they thought that it was feedback from people saying Batman v Superman was too bloated and too long, so they wanted to try to lean, cut down the runtime. And also, there's a thing for back when we had theaters. If you have a 3 hour movie, that diminishes the amount of times you can play it every day in every theater. So
That's
if you
true.
have a 2 hour movie, you get more butts in the seats, more money
That's true.
potentially.
Yeah, but they could have made more money if they made it longer. In this case.
Or they
This
could have made
movie.
it if they made it better.
Oh
Yeah.
God, duh.
Duh, it's so easy.
Oh God. All right, so
Why can't you just make it better, you guys?
what the fuck? All right, well, let's move along from the DC universe and let's get into some Marvel shit with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. And Jesse Eisenberg sucks as Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, we'll throw in that last note.
Yes.
Horrible choice for Lex Luthor.
Yeah. They tried to do something different, and it worked for some people.
Well, who
I
would have
think
been
it didn't
better?
work for most.
Who would have been better?
I don't know. I mean, they went for like just a different, like eccentric, like Mark Zuckerberg billionaire tech type person for this 21st century version of Lex Luthor. I don't know who would have been better, but I don't know. Kudos for Jesse Eisenberg to not play his typical Jesse Eisenberg, role. He's like an awkward, shy kind of, where he kind of does the same role in every movie. So he did do something different. It just didn't work. That's all.
What about Dave Bautista?
That'd be pretty cool, but but a totally different, Lex Luthor, But I like it because in the comics, in the shows, he's like, big. He works out and stuff too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think if it could be like a Dave Bautista type, if Dave Bautista had like 10, 20 years of more acting experience, where you can really kind of get some subtlety in his dialogue and body language and stuff, because he's still early. He's great as Drax, but it's kind of very
His niche.
targeted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, did you watch I think it was on HBO Max, so, like, where he plays like some sort of like bodyguard to like a little girl.
Oh yeah.
I forget what it's called.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like you can see he's getting a little bit better, even with like a role like that, So I just want to see him just keep getting better, where he can kind of play these more dramatic roles, not necessarily for like a drama, but just kind of like give more depth to a character,
Well, Blade Runner 2049, even though he was in that movie for like 5 minutes, it was a completely different role than fucking Drax. It was definitely a more serious role that he played. It was, even though it was only 5 minutes, I still liked it a lot, him being in that movie.
I never got around to it. I need to watch that movie.
Dude,
I need to watch the original Blade Runner again. But there's also like 5 different versions of that movie too.
Yeah, no, I watched the original Blade Runner a couple weeks ago, and then I watched Blade Runner 2049 after that.
Yeah.
Both badass. Ryan Gosling, he's a great actor too, man. I'd like to see him in the Marvel universe, as well as something. I don't know what, but he could pull off something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I like the Gosling. Tom Cruise too, man. Fuck it. Throw Tom Cruise in there.
Yeah. Well, there's rumors that like in the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness that they're gonna bring in certain character actors to be like cameo roles of certain characters, and like one of them is Tom Cruise as Tony Stark, because he was one of he was one of the studio's main choices to play Tony Stark back in 2008.
Right.
So like there's a rumor that he'll like appear as Tony Stark in like a little pocket universe or like a little shot. Maybe Doctor Strange is like looking at all the multiverses or something, and you just see like fucking Tom Cruise just float by in a little little like lens eye view or something.
I would
That'd be
like
so
that.
crazy. Like, was that fucking Tom Cruise? Like,
I'd like that. That'd be fucking hilarious.
you know what I watched the other day is one of the best movies ever is Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah, dude. That's another great movie.
God, and
It's
like Tom Cruise is like the one of the best parts of that movie because you don't fully. You're like, God, I know who this is.
oh
But
yeah.
like, who is this? Like, I recognize this person, but like, who are they? And then once it clicks, it's like, holy shit, it is Tom Cruise that is just like playing this crazy character.
Yeah, dude, and his fucking forearms are just like super beefy and they're like
Oh
hairy
yeah,
knuckles and shit, fat fingers.
super hairy, fucking bald, and just like it's like he's like, oh, you're a great American. We owe you a great service. Now shut the fuck up. Let me do my job.
He,
Diet Coke.
yeah,
This is
he definitely plays the movie executive type very, very well. Like, cause
yeah,
I imagine that's how some, production companies executives look. You know?
probably, dude. Like that movie's so good,
Yeah.
so funny. But anyway, well, that's the end of got off trail there.
No,
Just
it's
anyway,
all good. It's
Jesse
all good.
Eisenberg was not great in Batman v Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. Do a better job next time, DC. You can do it. I believe in you still. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, man, comes out on Friday. I have high hopes for it, as do many others, and it's a Marvel, universe series like WandaVision. I loved WandaVision. I liked the ending too. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I thought the whole series was badass.
Yeah, I thought it was a great show.
Yeah.
And dude, I talked to my brother today, and he watched the whole thing in a day. He watched the whole show in a day, and he liked it. But it's
Yeah.
just funny how it's a totally different perspective.
Yeah, good for
The
him.
whole show in a day, whereas we had 9 weeks, stretched out.
Well, hopefully Falcon and the Winter Soldier will do a better job pleasing the audience, because I heard a lot of people bitch about WandaVision, being too slow and not enough action, but that's not what it was about. So get over it, god damn it. But hopefully Falcon and Winter Soldier will feed that need for people, which it definitely seems like it will.
It'll probably be a more taste that people are familiar with the MCU. Yeah, WandaVision was quite different.
Yeah, well, WandaVision, they were just working on her backstory, but the thing with the Falcon and Winter Soldier is, I think they're pretty much going to go off of like the past of like not Iron Man, excuse me, Captain America. Like they're going to be coming across some people that we saw in Captain America. At least I think so, And
I mean, yeah, I think thematically the show's going to be about Captain America's legacy
Right.
and what that means for the world and for our two main characters and how they deal with his legacy being left not here anymore.
Right.
And you can almost argue that they haven't developed Bucky and Captain America's relationship all that well, kind of. They like. I hadn't seen the first Captain America movie in a while, but they did a really good job establishing their friendship. But then, they're in the military, and then he falls off the train, and then the Winter Soldier happens, and he doesn't know who he is, and then Civil War, he's kind of like, there's a couple moments that they have, but then they're just kind of on the run the whole time and stuff. But
Right.
yeah, we're probably going to see a lot more character moments with each of them, with how they what they feel about him and stuff. And I would almost bet that do you think we'll see Chris Evans in the show?
No, I don't think so. But before we get on with who we'll see in the show, I just want to give my honest opinion on what this show is going to be like. It's going to be a superhero Lethal Weapon. You got a crazy white guy that could snap at any moment, and a level-headed black dude. Just like Lethal Weapon.
There's definitely the character dynamic of them being like opposites attract. They're gonna definitely take some moments from Lethal Weapon for sure. Like I bet for sure. Do you think we're gonna get the line maybe from Bucky because he's technically like 100 years old or whatever? He's gonna be like, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Oh yeah, dude, 100% guarantee it.
Yeah, you think
They do it.
should we?
Well, they do it
I
throughout the
hope.
movies. He's like not bad for a 100-year-old man or 80-year-old man.
Yeah, but
So
I'm just saying that exact line because doesn't Danny Glover say that in the Lethal Weapon movies? In like every movie, he's like, I'm getting too old for this shit.
dude, he does do that. He does say that.
So I mean, they're gonna have like a fun little nod to Lethal Weapon where something's gonna happen, and Bucky's gonna, I'm getting too old for this shit.
I'm getting too damn old for this shit. Yeah, no, I definitely feel like a vibe, as far as like
Yeah,
what I
they
see.
don't like each other.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to hate each other, but they're going to love each other. Like they're going to do anything for each other, but they're going to always be button heads about
Yeah,
shit.
they're gonna bro it out.
Yeah.
They're gonna, let's say they're gonna do the arm wrestle thing like in Predator where they like shake hands, but then but Bucky's obviously way stronger than Falcon right now, unless Falcon gets some super serum in him or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, he is Captain America in the comics, so who knows? We'll see. I mean, there's lots of
yeah.
speculations on like how this is going to go. First of all, let's start off with the cast. Okay, the cast that we know that is coming back from previous movies is Emily Van Camp, who plays Sharon Carter, Daniel Bruhl, who is Baron Zemo in Civil War, and Georgia St. Pierre as Batrick, who is also in Civil War, I believe. Right? Is he in Civil War?
He was in Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, that's right. So those three,
the Jumper or something like that.
Right? No, yeah.
Or I forget what his comic name is, but yeah.
Right. His name is fuck. I can't remember what his fucking name is. But anyways, he's gonna be in it. So three familiar faces. Daniel Bruhl, Baron. He's gonna be like, what is it, Purple Face or Purple Mask, something like that. Is that his comic book character?
Well, the character's name is Zemo.
Zemo.
Or I think I can't remember if he has an actual name involved, but he wears that purple mask in the comics, and people were like disappointed that it wasn't in Civil War. So look, here it is now.
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's like a Thanos mask.
Yeah, character development, people. Let it happen. Let it happen nice and slow and naturally.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Avengers Assemble line in Endgame works so well. You don't blow your load in the first Avengers movie by giving people that line.
Yeah,
you let it simmer.
Think Marvel. Don't think DC. You impatient fucks.
Yeah, see, they blew their load, and now it's instant regret. You just want to give that person cab money to go home.
Yeah, it's what DC did is they blew their load in their own face. That's not a good day. That's a bad day. Okay.
They came too early, and now it's just awkward for everybody.
Yep. Shit. But those are going to be the three familiar faces that we see. Wyatt Russell, who will be playing U.S. Agent, who is basically the Kmart version of Captain America, is what it seems like to me in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like how they're gonna play it in this universe, because do the Sokovia Accords still exist? We don't. I mean, I guess they do, kind of. At least they did in Infinity War, but we kind of didn't really get an answer in Endgame. But I'm assuming they kind of exist in some way, and that's got to play a role.
They might exist in some way, but I don't think it's gonna be as harsh, because with the Sokovia Accord, if they all abided by that still, they would have never been able to defeat Thanos. You know what I mean? So they were like, okay, well, maybe we need to revise the Sokovia Accord, just in case some Thanos shit happens again.
It's just we only saw things from the Avengers' perspective in Endgame, so we don't really know what the government was doing or thinking or about anything. So I'm just trying to wonder, like, so at the end of Endgame, what's Falcon's name? Wilson?
Sam Wilson.
Sam Wilson, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets the shield, but somehow I think because we see in the trailer that the guy who plays U.S. Agent, I think he has the shield, or at least a variation of it. We don't know for sure. but I think I think the government is gonna be like Captain America is like our property or something like that, and you can't be Captain America, even though Steve Rogers gave you the name. It's like it's not your call to make something like that to set up an antagonistic thing for
well, here's
them. I don't know.
here's what I'm thinking is they're gonna take somewhat of a Christopher Nolan Batman to Two-Face approach to it, where you know how before Two-Face became Two-Face, he was a fucking district attorney. God, what was his name? I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, he was,
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent. Okay. But it's going to be something like that. Like Anthony or Sam Wilson, he's going to be like, well, they need a face of hope more than, me. And so he might hand it off to a U.S. agent because he will be like that face of hope. But maybe his intentions aren't all there. Maybe he's corrupted in some way. And then Sam's going to have to intervene somehow with U.S. Agent. And maybe U.S. Agent will get in with it with Zemo, and make an alliance themselves. And so Sam and Bucky are going to have to come together to fight these two together.
Yeah, we'll see. I was wondering. I was also thinking like maybe Sam Wilson doesn't feel like he could live up to the name, and he like gives up the shield or something like that too.
Yeah.
Like he's feeling like it's too much pressure or something too.
Yeah. The weight, the burden of being like this icon might get to him a little bit. It's kind of like Spider-Man. Like he's like, I can't handle, Tony Stark's technology. I'm going to give it to this guy that I barely fucking know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be something like that maybe. I don't know.
I know it's such a again, like it's like you pick apart any movie. It makes no sense that Tony Stark gave Peter Parker like that incredibly expensive technology in sunglasses form to a 17-year-old kid. It makes no sense, but it's great for the movie. Don't get me wrong, I love that movie.
Yeah.
But
no, I get why they did it, and it'll be kind of a similar situation with Sam and Bucky. So
I mean, it's already like how good can just what is it? Suspension of disbelief. Captain America is really strong. He could throw the shield around and catch it. Because how much does that shield weigh? When do we really know? It's what, 10 pounds? I mean, I don't know. Like how much? That's a big shield, and it's fucking full on metal.
Well, it's adamantium
how
too.
Good can it? Or vibranium? Yeah.
Yeah, vibranium. Sorry.
I mean, like, even if I guess if it's really light, maybe it's really light because it's really strong because it's movie magic metal and stuff. But still, it's like how good can we already have to suspend our disbelief with how the shield bounces around anyway. It bounces just like it does in the comics, which is what we want as fans. But Spider-Man even calls it out in Civil War. He's like, that thing doesn't obey the laws of physics at all.
Right.
You just gotta just roll with it. But yeah, we'll see. And maybe that because there's that shot. Well, the one thing I speculated in that shot in one of the trailers was when the shield is stuck in the tree.
Oh yeah.
Like that makes me wonder. Like maybe that's a different shield that's not made of vibranium, because otherwise that would bounce off the tree.
You think?
I mean, why would it cut into the tree? It would bounce off the tree if it was vibranium.
That's true. That's true. I don't know.
So maybe it's like, oh, this is a new shield made from adamantium, and then the whole fans go insane, like, oh shit, they said adamantium, Wolverine confirmed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They're gonna go straight to that. This is it. This is where they cross fucking like the X-Men with the MCU.
Yeah, like
Here it comes.
This shield's made from it came from a lab in Canada, made from a new metal, and people are like, oh shit, Alkali Lake confirmed.
That's so funny. Yeah, it could be a possibility. I mean, we really don't know yet. We're just kind of speculating at the moment. I'm sure we'll get a way better idea after the first episode as well. So
yeah, because we don't know like what's the deal with the Flag Smashers and what do they want? Do they just want to just destroy the Avengers? Like hopefully it's something kind of just new, because that's every movie. It's like, right. Oh, you want to see them destroyed? Okay, cool.
Right.
Fall down with the government.
There's also some speculation that 2 other characters will return in this new series, and that would be Red Skull and Arnim Zola. Those are two characters that they think that could appear in the new series, because Red Skull is basically a slave to the Soul Stone, and he has infinite knowledge. He has all this knowledge. So once the Soul Stone's gone, is he free to go? You know what I mean? Is he free from his prison? Because he no longer has a job there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. That like I guess he's fulfilled his purpose with the whole Soul Stone thing. But what does that mean when he's free? Like, okay, how's he gonna get off that planet now? Oh, I guess he has to hitch a ride with somebody that comes along.
That's true.
I can see.
But
I guess I can't picture Red Skull being in it, but I can definitely see Zola coming back in some form.
Well, I can see Zola coming back more than Red Skull, and the reason being is because Zola.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back to the Winter Soldier, Captain America, Winter Soldier, as they're in that old abandoned bunker, he comes across some blueprints for the robot body. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think that might have been in the first Captain America too.
Was it in the first Captain America?
Yeah, I think it is when Zola, as he was in human form, he was like packing up his shit or whatever, and there was like blueprints on the table.
Okay.
Because in Winter Soldier, you just see him as an AI.
Right. But regardless of what, you could be right for sure.
I can't remember.
Yeah, there's
but
so many.
I think so. But yeah, I think it would be really cool if, yeah, because he's essentially Hydra, and like maybe not Zola. What's the Civil War guy's name with the purple mask? Zemo.
Yep.
Zemo. I think it's plausible that maybe he's trying to either resurrect Hydra or use that AI to further advance his motives and stuff, to kind of strengthen his team or whatever, if you will. And because it's like that AI is nefarious, and it's already, and maybe it's hiding. He's like, it's hiding around on the fucking USB drive somewhere.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, that could be like one of the main villains, maybe at the end. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's so much that you can go off of with all the movies and just all the fucking comic books and everything. But I mean, it does show, the robot suit as a blueprint when he's reaching for all of his documents. You're right about it being in the first Avengers.
And that's
the first Avenger.
But we also got to remember that that's Feige and his team of people just planting Easter eggs all over the place so they can come back to it later. Because did you know that Mephisto is in the first Avengers movie as an Easter egg?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in when I think Nick Fury or when Captain America's looking through some files or something. It's like in the first third of the movie, somebody's looking through some shield files, and there's the word Mephisto's like down in the corner or something somewhere.
Okay.
So, but it's just like for years that makes people speculate, oh, Mephisto's coming, and it makes Marvel look like they're smart and clever when eventually he does come. It's like, see, he was in the first Avengers movie.
Didn't Zola also make the book to control Bucky?
That's what I've heard, that he was kind of the mastermind behind Hydra. So you kind of almost have to take that for everything Hydra does. You
right.
Can just put Zola's stamp on it in a way.
Yeah. That's why I think Zola could come back more so than the Red Skull. But I do think we'll see Red Skull in the future for sure, because I believe that his purpose is done. Guarding the Soul Stone, he's done. He's done doing what he's there for. Soul Stone's gone. It's destroyed. So what's his purpose there anymore? It's none. He's not imprisoned anymore by the Soul Stone. And on top of that, like, he's gifted with infinite knowledge. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope that knowledge helps him build a spacecraft out of rocks and stuff to get off that planet. 'Cause I don't know how he's getting anywhere yet.
I mean, it could be other people that are in search of the Soul Stone.
I mean, when Captain America went to return the Soul Stone, what was that? Did he talk to the Red Skull at all? That'd be an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're here?
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. He would have to take it back. But I mean, they're still going based off like the original, like Because they had to place all the stones back so the timeline didn't get all fucked up. But Thanos still comes and gets it. So
Yeah,
shortly after
in
Thanos gets it, he's free.
yeah, messing travel always fucks up stories and muddles
Yeah.
around because even the writers and the directors of Endgame have different opinions on what happened with Captain America at the end when he went back in time.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't remember which ones, but one of the groups say he went to an alternate universe, and then another one say no, he went back to the same universe or something like that. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
I've heard that he basically he's in the same universe, so there's two Captain Americas all along, but he didn't interfere because he knew how time travel worked, and he couldn't interfere because it could have fucked up everything.
Yeah.
But somebody like Captain America who, it's within his DNA to help people, like it's not within his DNA, but it's pretty much built into his DNA to like help people. That's what he does. He sticks up for the little guy. It's almost hard to believe that he could stay hidden all those years, you know what I mean, without intervening somehow. He would just have to stay inside the whole time because everybody knew who Captain America was.
Yeah, he's gonna turn on the news and like, if the graphics are like Ultron attacks the city of Sokovia, and he's like, oh, change the channel, and then Agent Carter's like, what was that, hun? Oh, nothing. Price is Right is on.
Yeah, with Bob Barker.
I love that guy.
I'm almost as old as he is. Could you believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's again, it's like you pick apart movies. It just a lot of stuff doesn't make sense, but we'll see. I mean, the super soldier serums, I bet that's going to probably play a role in Falcon and Winter Soldier to some degree.
Yeah.
Because it seems like in those trailers, there's some those like henchmen and stuff that are kind of like making big jumps, and it looks like there's a little super strength going on.
Well, I mean, you also gotta think like they have access to all this new technology now, with Thanos and all this shit, and on top of that, like the first invasion, like they have to be able to develop some super soldiers by now. I mean, that information shouldn't have been just available back in the 40s when they made Captain America. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much time that's gone by. You're telling me they don't have any superhuman serum somewhere?
Yeah, just like they showed in the first Spider-Man Homecoming about the Michael Keaton's side of things, where they were reverse engineering all that tech, the alien tech. So for sure, there's probably some people that got their hands on some alien tech from the Infinity War era, maybe plus vibranium and plus like Black Panther or Wakanda tech and stuff, and they're using it for nefarious reasons. And the super soldier serums, there's probably variations.
Well, I mean, the shit that Black Panther drank, that flower, or not, the flower that they, could give you like the strength of the Black Panther, like that's some superhuman shit. That makes you superhuman.
There's just superhuman shit everywhere, dude.
Yeah, superhuman shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited for it. I definitely think we'll have a better idea on what might happen in the first episode, but maybe not even then. They might leave us, because WandaVision really didn't give us much in the first episode either.
Yeah, I bet we'll get more. I bet we'll get. It's just gonna. I bet it's just gonna be a totally different. Obviously, it's a totally different show. Yeah. But I mean, I bet it's totally different. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be less of a mystery. It's gonna be like you said, some sort of like Lethal Weapon crime thriller type of show. Less of like a Twilight Zone thing.
Yeah.
Like what WandaVision did.
I don't know.
So I bet, I think we'll have, I mean, we obviously won't get the full picture, but we're going to get like, okay, this person, okay, they're, bad guys, good guys, and these people don't like each other. These, what's Thunderbolt, what's General Thunderbolt Ross up to? What's his involvement in all this? One rumor I heard a long time ago, it's from the same people that thought it was Quicksilver WandaVision the whole time, and Magneto was going to show up in WandaVision. Like from that same pool of rumor people, there's a rumor that General Ross is going to turn into the Red Hulk in this show.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does in the comics, and therefore it must happen here, you guys.
But it never does.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man, Who knows? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Because then that would be an easy way for that actor to not have to be on set anymore, and he could just do voiceovers.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. They could do whatever the fuck they want, and people are gonna be happy with it. Aside from the last episode of WandaVision, which a lot of people weren't happy with, but I liked it, so whatever.
See, I think most people were happy with it. We just don't hear from them. You only hear about the people that
you're hearing from me right now. I fucking liked the last episode.
Yeah.
It was good. The whole series was good.
Yeah. It was about grief. It wasn't about mutants.
Yeah. Chill the fuck
coming
out.
into the picture.
Yeah.
It was about Wanda learning to accept grief and going through the stages of grief.
Yep. Yeah, people aren't ready for it though. People don't like that. They want action in their face. They need constant shit,
They need that big grand entrance from a new character where it blows your mind and it goes viral.
Yep. But I don't know. As far as this new series, I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely going to be action packed. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. And decided it's a good time to be a geek. It's a good time to be nerdy.
Oh, yeah.
As always.
It's always been good for me. I've never not been a geek. Since the time I could walk, my mom was taking me to conventions. I've been exposed to it forever. Since I can remember, Nice. So I love that nerd shit. I got made fun of liking that nerd shit, and now it's cool. Now it's part of the zeitgeist. Like, people want to be nerds. But I've been a nerd all along, bitch.
Yeah.
But
it's like you forget that it takes, the people that make this stuff are nerds too,
Yep.
It's like it takes a lot of people to make these projects come to life.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, it's because of the nerds that we have the best fucking movies, superhero movies coming out now. So
yeah, it's the classic, like, the bully beating up the nerd, but that nerd made the iPhone for you, asshole.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, fuck yeah, dude. Well, I think we should end it on that. I'm gonna go to bed because I got an early day tomorrow, but we'll reconnect on Friday and we'll talk Justice League and the new Falcon and Winter Soldier. This was just a pregame, so we'll see you on Friday. Sound good?
Hell yeah, man. Let's do it.
Well, right on. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you all on Friday. Peace.
You are listening to High On Sci-Fi with your host, Kyle Borrego.